There is a pattern that occurs within, a kind of alchemy that makes us more, that draws us toward our potential. We may first experience it as a child when we fall and scrape our knee, and despite the hurt, discover that we're fine. This pattern shows up in humble ways, like a scraped knee, but when recognized and practiced together, it becomes powerful enough to heal worlds. Awareness of this pattern is a great opportunity. Lacking awareness is a danger. Suffering that is seen and processed transforms and heals. It returns us, astonishingly, to more than we were before. But pain that is not processed may turn into resentment. It spreads, darkens, deepens. Prophets, poets, sages, and healers have known this pattern throughout our species' history. It's the alchemy of suffering, a pattern toward transcendence. Let's go back in our imaginations to childhood and that scraped knee. If you're already a child, you don't have to go far. You're running fast. You feel like a lightning bolt when suddenly you fall and you scrape your knee badly. It's bleeding and you feel shock. The world has shifted radically compared to just moments before. Even the sunlight seems now more harsh and too bright. You are overwhelmed with confusion and a frustration that the world did this to you. You want to ask your mother or your father or someone bigger than you, why did this happen? But nobody's around. Some of the confusion you felt transforms into a sense of resistance. You want the pain to stop. You want to go back to where you were before, running like a lightning bolt. You want to blame something and you turn and see a stick that may have tripped you. And in your anger, you stomp on it and break it. But when you broke the stick, something changed in you. No one is around, but you suddenly feel embarrassed. You remember that you've done something like this before. It's a small moment, and there's no way you could know how significant this pause and reflection really is. You're just a kid. But what you're experiencing is real wisdom. That how you are behaving is not you. Something inside you is being asked to grow. You notice that the sunlight isn't as harsh. You notice you're breathing rapidly and you slow it down. You look at that stick you blamed and broke and you feel badly. It's now broken. But you are not. Your scraped knee suddenly feels like nothing. Your embarrassment hasn't completely faded, but you feel that it is now somehow mixed with courage and confidence. There's greater resilience and wholeness in you. You fell, it hurt, you bled and blamed, but you didn't go far down that path. You're too young to fully recognize in the moment, but looking back, you know there was transformation that was only possible in your moment of reflection and choosing a different path. This tiny story carries the same shape as some of the great transformations of our lives. The scraped knee was necessary. And with a skillful awareness of this pattern, we can unlock transcendence through grief, illness, heartbreak, and with humility, I hope you allow me to say, even in life's circumstances that are so dark they're hard to talk about. The pattern repeats again and again. So don't worry, if you feel you're being called to transcend a scraped knee, it likely won't be long before you have the opportunity to practice. And each time, if we find courage and awareness, we can unlock one of life's most beautiful skills, the ability to seek the gift in our suffering. This is the alchemy of suffering. What if it's not just personal? What if, with collective courage and awareness, we could engage this pattern as whole communities, whole landscapes, and as a species? We've seen it in post-war Europe, in the unifying spirit of Nelson Mandela in South Africa. What if the pain of this moment in history doesn't have to be just chaos? What if suffering isn't something we must escape, but something we're meant to transform together? So for today's participatory storytelling prompt, I want to ask, how do we see this together? What's one way we might practice seeing this pattern together as families, communities, whole movements? Please respond in the comments or on your Facebook or Instagram profile. If you do so there, don't forget to @mention Awakening Lands.